Stealth Digger Nation, welcome back to this episode of Project KITT, where we're going to replace the front suspension, basically, the struts, control arms, fix that suspension rot, and the sway bar end links. Hopefully we have enough time. But if we don't, we'll see how far we get. So let's check it out.
That is amazing. Alright, we're on our way. Nice.
Sweet. This, my friends, one reality. Alright, so in order to get the control arm out, I've got these two bolts here. These have to come out. These two bolts here, these have to come out. Hopefully they don't strip from all the rust where they just spin the captive nut that's rusted on the back. Coming over here, we're going to cut these links out with a torch. Then we have one castellated nut up here to release the lower ball joint. So we'll try and attempt the control arms first. So let's hop to it. All right, moment of truth for some of these. Well, there's one. There's two. Now the challengers. The rusty control arm spot. Yep. So that's rotted out up there. That one's sheared off. So we got one out of two. We got to cut the other one off. Here's a recipe for disaster. So the very last bolt on the driver's side came out. All four of those came out, but you can see how as they rust, they get narrow. Unlike that, which is nice and still crispy and fresh. So unfortunately, we'll have to replace some of these bolts as well. I'll have to get those. I'm not going to be able to get those tonight. So that kind of hampers our progress, but we'll chug along. All right, so I just got a fire extinguisher close by, just in case we light anything we don't want to, but our oxyacetylene torches are out and on. We are ready to fire some stuff up. Okay. Next, we'll probably burn this bolt. This bolt, there's a captive nut on the inside. That's part of that rust that's spun out. All right, so we're gonna use this impact chisel to get the stuff out, the rest of these bolts. There we go. Might have to cut this one a little more, but I didn't think so. Bottom off, one link, finito. Let's get the other one. Okay, boom. Boom, link two, and now just this chassis bolt. Boom. That's done. Now we got to get these ball joints off. I think this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I am going to cut the top nuts off as well. That looks like a result to me. There's nothing there. We didn't melt the boot on the axle. Nice and flat, isn't all burned up, so we should be able to slit this joint now. Same impact hammer or impact chisel. And we're gonna use this this pickle fork attachment for it. And this thing will slide right in here and hopefully pop this joint. There. Got it. So see how it split that taper? So now, I should be able to get this thing off. One would hope. One would hope. Let's see here. What am I holding up on? So here's the new control arm, and what I didn't notice is that this bracket wasn't part of it. And if I look under here, this bracket is welded, so this whole piece needs to come off in order to get that off, which we can certainly do. Looks like 2 more nuts going into the floor, 3 actually. Hopefully those don't strip. And then the control or the sway bar itself. Let's drop the sway bar. I did spray lubricant on these nuts because otherwise they'll get halfway down and bind up with rust and then shut off. See how nice that is? So PV Blaster will do wonders. Now the bolts. 1, and this should remove the bar altogether. 2. All right. It's nice when stuff comes apart. I think I'm going to remove the bar. That way it makes it easier to get the arms in and out. Like so. One, 2. 3. Okay. Okay. Ba-boom. Old control arm removed. Now, with that bracket off, and you can see where that thing was, if you look nice and close there, ooh, Nelly. So what you can see right here is there's 3 fuel lines. There's a sending line, a return line, and an evap line. And there's 2 brake lines, and they are pretty complicated, but they are under that bracket very rotten. So I think what we'll have to do is replace these lines before we get any crazier on replacing the control arm on this side. So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to get it stripped down to the point where I could start fabbing up the other side. There we go. All right, hopefully these bolts come out. That'd be nice. Success on 1. Success on 2. Success on 3. All right, awesome. All right, so here we have the control arm out of the way. We can really evaluate what this rot is all about here. And I think that's going to be our goal for next week, because I'm basically stuck for the moment. Today, anyway, I'm out of time. But we're going to plate the outside of that there. Then we're going to cut out this piece right here and weld a new captive nut to a piece of plate steel, and then weld all that back in there and make her all happy and joyous. These lines here, we're going to get those out of the way. I don't want to pressurize the AC system with heat and then have it explode flammable gas in my face. So we'll drain the AC, and if there's even anything in it, and get that line out of there. All right, SDN, I know it doesn't seem like we accomplished a whole heck of a lot this week, but the bottom line is that I'm winterizing a lot of stuff and putting everything away for the winter, as sad as that is. So didn't have much time, but sometimes just getting stuff apart is half the battle. So next time, I think we're going to work on that control arm mount. I'll show you how we're going to fab up that part, weld it together, put a new captive nut in there to start doing reassembly, at least on the one side. If you like this video, be sure to follow along. I'm going to post a new one every Thursday, the best I can. And so make sure you like, comment, or subscribe. Join in on the conversation. And as always, support your fellow stealthies. Have a great day.